Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Karen Young.
And I'm Isabel Wong. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Maria Tam says returning officer who barred Eddie Chu from running in village election had legal basis to do so.
Police Chief Stephen Lo says government security team in Xinjiang do not visit free education camps.
And Huawei's CFO faces charges of conspiracy to defraud banks.
Basic Law Committee Vice Chairwoman Maria Tam has said the returning officer's decision to bar pro-democracy lawmaker Eddie Chu from running in a village representative election was legally sound.
She also said the Legislative Council could strip Chu of his seat based on the returning officer's opinion, Ronnie Chan reports.
After returning officer Enoch Yun invalidated pro-democracy lawmaker Eddie Chu's nomination to run in next month's rural representative election, critics have questioned whether he and other officers have the power to determine the genuineness of a candidate's declarations. Chu was barred from running after Yun doubted his intention to uphold the Basic Law and Chinese sovereignty over Hong Kong. Speaking on the radio program this morning, Basic Law Committee Vice Chairwoman Maria Tam weighed in. She said the returning officer has the duty and power to decide whether a declaration was valid or not. This was certified in a February court judgment regarding the election petition filed by pro-independence advocate Andy Chan, who was barred from running in a Legislative Council election 2 years ago. The pro-Beijing heavyweight said the legal concepts, intentions and wording in both cases were very similar, which meant that the principles laid out in that judgment could be binding on elections at other levels, including rural and district council elections. Chu was twice questioned by the returning officer about his stance on Hong Kong independence and self-determination. While the sitting legislator confirmed his opposition to independence, he maintained that peacefully advocating for it was a right guaranteed to Hong Kongers by the Basic Law. Tam said that as a civil servant, not only should they not advocate for independence, they also have to oppose it. If someone said to you that there should be Hong Kong independence and self-determination, you should say this is against the Basic Law. At least do that, Tam said. She added that the returning officer's judgment could be used to disqualify Chu from his legislative seat, but that would be up to the legislature. However, former Bar Association Chairwoman Gladys Lee had a different viewpoint. Speaking after a forum, she said Chu's ban not only deprived him of his rights, but also the rights of voters. Even though the National People's Congress Standing Committee could interpret the Basic Law at any time and remove Chu from LegCo, he shouldn't let fear stop him from filing a judicial review or election petition, she said. Lee added that saying Chu implicitly supported independence was not a reason to disqualify him. Chu has 3 months to decide whether to file an election petition. He said if he goes through with it, he would ask the court to define where the red line was. However, his main concern at the moment was whether he could secure enough legal aid for a long battle. Riley Chan, HKIBC.
Police Commissioner Stephen Lo has said the government's anti-terrorism task force didn't visit re-education camps while in Xinjiang.
He also insisted that the task force didn't exchange views with the province's authorities on how to crack down on independence movements. Security Under Secretary Sony Au is currently in Xinjiang, where he's leading a 7-member team to learn from the province's counter-terrorism work. The team members are from the government's Interdepartmental Counterterrorism Unit, which was established in April. Re-education camps have been established in Xinjiang as a way to tackle extremists. Authorities have claimed that such camps were aimed at educating and transforming people influenced by extremism. But human rights groups have condemned the camps and accused authorities of using them to crack down on the Uyghur Muslim minority. Police Chief Stephen Lo said today that he understood the task force was not visiting such camps. With Hong Kong being such a safe place, we have to visit places which have experienced terrorist attacks to see how they tackle and prevent terrorism, how they collect intelligence and investigate, he said. Lo stressed that Hong Kong was only applying measures applicable to the SAR. He also insisted that the task force and Xinjiang authorities did not exchange views on how to crack down on independence movements. Separately, Democratic Party lawmakers Andrew Wan and Lam Cheuk-ting revealed yesterday that police had informed them that they were to be arrested. They were expected to be charged with obstructing Legislative Council security guards from performing their duties, while Wan would likely face an additional charge of common assault. Low said police were taking the action after receiving a report about the incident. Regardless of the background of the people involved, officers had to carry out their investigation in a fair and open manner, Low added. The pair were among a group of pro-democracy lawmakers who protested LegCo President Andrew Leung's ruling in a June meeting. The council was vetting the controversial collocation bill for the express rail link at the time. Wan and Lam will meet police on Monday.
Court of Final Appeal non-permanent Judge Justice Kamal Bukhari warns that with Hong Kong's democratic development ground to a halt, the one country, two systems principle is at stake.
Standard committee interpretations and reinterpretations impact not so much on judicial independence as on judicial autonomy. Now, reducing what the judges can decide certainly reduces the judiciary. But for judges ever to decide other than in accordance with strict fidelity to the law, because of some explicit or tacit instruction from the political branches of government, would destroy the judiciary. Whatever you manage to do